There we go. Good morning. Can you hear us?
Good morning, Barb.
Good morning.
Can you hear?
I hear you. Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi.
Oh, I tell you, it just sucks
I
to
was
be.
just trying to corral my puppies.
Yeah, I was going to say it really sucks being down in paradise, right? Just paradise all the time. It must just get old, right?
Yeah, all I ever do is lounge in the pool, you know.
That's awesome.
Well, welcome to Sunday Mornings with a Tiki Man. This is Barb. She has Key West Local Luxe down in Key West, Fleming Street, right? 515?
Yes, 515 Fleming Street.
There we go.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we really appreciate you coming on board for the Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase, Key West bound, and being a happy hour sponsor for us. And it's going to be a blast. Can't wait to get down there. But we thought, it'd be important to have you on the show to talk a little bit about your shop. And I was looking at your Facebook, and it looks like you're 200 and something live shows you've done now, right? I forget the number.
280.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. And so tell us a little bit what it is you do down there with your shop.
Sure. And thanks for having me on the show, by the way.
Sure.
I apologize. I was trying to corral my puppies to get them inside because my little one can be pretty loud.
That's
and
okay.
honestly, I was out of town when you asked me to do this.
Yeah.
And I just am a little scatterbrained, and I kind of honestly thought that this was a phone interview. Otherwise, I probably would have done it at my store because my house doesn't get very good reception. That's why I'm in the pool today.
Yeah.
So anyway, my store, we've been in business right now. Well, we've been in business for 24 years. My first 12 years were art galleries.
Okay.
And it's the biggest collection of jewelry that pretty much anyone has ever seen. It's kind of ridiculously large. So when COVID came, we had to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And it was bad. It was really bad. So, I know it was bad for everyone, and I'm glad to have made it like the rest of us. Anyway, so we started doing the shows during COVID. They saved us. They really did. And we started keeping the door locked then, too, which is really unique and unusual. I guess not for a fancy, fine jewelry store, which we're not really. But it's been wonderful. It keeps the puppies safe and inside and allows everyone to get a good greeting when they come in. It allows us to do the prep time required for the show. Basically, the show has evolved into a weekly flash sale about each week is a different curated collection. They can be wildly different. We have a thing where people can become VIPs for free, and VIPs shop first on Wednesday. And then the flash sale goes live on Thursday out to our email list and on our website. Whatever is still available, I show on my show. Flash sale prices last through Sunday at midnight. This has been amazing. It's been a complete game changer for us, really. It's been awesome.
It's amazing. Whenever, we were doing our showcase in Key West, and then when the pandemic happened, Brian Fields and myself decided that, it'd be irresponsible for us to come to Key West. Thank you. Yeah, because we have so many friends that live there. And B-Man and Michelle live there, and we have so many people. It would have been irresponsible for us to bring a crowd of people down there and then leave all that with you guys, right? So we just said we wasn't going to do it. So we did the whole show.
For that.
Yeah,
I appreciate you caring. I really do.
Well, absolutely, because I love that island. It's near and dear to my heart. And but we went out and did the whole show virtually. We hired a production company that taught us how to do the cameras and makes it available for us to be able to do this interview right now. So I always say that the pandemic was as tragic for a lot of people, but the people that got out of their comfort zone and tried to figure out a way to make it through it really improved their business and their perspective on life.
100%. There are a lot of other things that changed due to the pandemic, or at least largely due to the pandemic, that a lot of folks don't seem to really understand yet. For example, it's always been a huge challenge getting employees, getting help down in Key West. But then with so many people taking early retirement with the pandemic, that made the housing crunch even tighter, which made the employee crunch even worse. So things like having the door closed, things like doing those live shows is everything, because if you don't have employees, you can't keep the door open 24/7, Big shout out to my virtual assistant, Amanda Day, by the way. She works for Think Social. And the first 200, well, no, maybe rephrase that. The first 150 shows were kind of a nightmare.
Well, it was for everybody in the beginning, right? Because people had the cameras sideways and.
Oh, geez. The learning curve was bad. I mean, bad. And then, I got not only a COVID puppy, but also a COVID breakup. All of it got to be live. It was amazing. It was just great.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny watching because a lot of the artists that we know, they couldn't gig, right? They couldn't travel. They couldn't do anything. So now they're doing live. And, and it was, man. The first, of course, everybody was hungry to see somebody. So we're just glad. It didn't matter that the camera was sideways or it was upside down or what. We're just like, wow.
If you were bifocals, every shot was at the nose.
Yeah. But we all learned and evolved, as I like to say. We evolved through that. And it's really turned out great for you as far as, I've been doing business in Key West for a long time. And I used to, it took a long time to break through that wall in that island because the Key West is notorious for locals only, right? And they literally will sit around and empty.
Sometimes what they call the Bubba system.
Yeah,
it's very real.
Yeah, and literally they'll sit around an empty bar, about to go out of business, trying to figure out how to get people to come to the bar, right? And so outside advertising and stuff like that really helps, and it's really took your business to another level, right?
Yeah, and I try to explain this to people all the time, especially other business owners. It's not about the show and just what happens on the show. The show is a vehicle. Mm-hmm. We've had as few as like 5 or 6 people watching a show, and occasionally we've had 300-400 people watching a show, but people don't realize when we think about doing these shows, people will go in and out. They might be there 30 seconds. They might be there 3 minutes, whatever,
Sure.
It's not about necessarily the sales that happen while the show is live, because when I go back and look at analytics and insights, sometimes I'll find, 2 days later after 15, 20 people watch the show, that 1,500 or 2,000 people have watched the show after the fact.
That's right.
And they share the show and all those things. And it keeps us fresh in people's minds. It also gives us a reason to reach out to them. We have a legit reason every week to send an email, and it's an email that people want. Our unsub rate is next to nothing.
Yeah.
So, but it's not just during a show for us anyway, as a retailer. We have to offer an incentive, a hook, a reason for them to be there.
Sure.
The greatest thing, so exposure, people come to the island. Sometimes they don't even drop their bags. They beeline for the store because they don't want to miss anything, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And people who used to buy once or twice a year on vacation, now a lot of them buy once or twice a month.
Yeah.
Because they get those discounts and free shipping. And, for me, of course, with the extra quantity of sales, it's worth it.
Well, and it's a big learning curve, but it continues to go. Like whenever we started doing video, we had 13 subscribers, right? And now we have over 11,000 subscribers on
That's
YouTube.
Awesome.
So and figuring out YouTube.
Haven't you done that in no time flat? Weren't you just at 1,000 subscribers a year ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see, 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Michelle Myers, as you well know, is our ambassador, and her sister was number 1,000. So
awesome.
And we just kept growing and it's really changed the perspective of the radio station, our sponsors. You're looking in the studio down at the bottom. Everybody wave at Barb there. That's B-Dog and the hippie chick. And you can see our sponsors on the wall, right? And it stays out there forever on YouTube. So it's really changed how we do business. And I love your energy when you come on. Hello world. You know.
I have to psych myself up before every show.
I know.
Doesn't matter what happened in the store. Retail is real. Sometimes people aren't as awesome as we'd like them to be, myself included. But when it's time to do a show, buck up, Buttercup. Run. Yeah.
It's true. I've been doing the Sunday show for a little over 8 years, and
Wowza.
yeah, and it's not easy sometimes after a Saturday night or Friday night to crawl my way in here to the microphone. But at some point, it becomes beyond you. Right. It's more about the people who have now started following you and love what you do, and they need that energy in their life. So it's a dedication. It really is.
It's funny. Like, I 100% agree. I did not foresee that. There are a lot of things I didn't foresee. I have clients now who are meeting in person. They buy each other presents.
Yeah.
I just had, airplanes. Key West.
It is Key West. So.
Just had Michelle, in fact, just met with Marie Warner. I think they were in Michigan.
Somewhere. Yeah, I saw that.
Like
I
that.
saw her make a post about it.
Detroit,
Yeah, so it's been really cool.
Yeah.
It's been really awesome.
So is the store open throughout the week? What are your hours there?
Well, due to the staffing situation, we're a little bit limited. And also, to be blunt, when I turned 55, I was like, you know what? 24 years, I'm not working 6-7 days a week anymore.
Yeah.
The website's open 24/7. Hey, and it's a great one. 700 items online.
Yeah.
And it works. It's a really good website. Banana Republic doesn't have that.
That's right.
No, I'm with you. The older you get, I'm 57. So, you start, one day you wake up and you're like, 62 is around the corner and 65, you're like, I'm going to start doing the things I want to do.
Well, I'm not all that cool yet, but I just realized I forgot to have a family. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, it seems to be working out for you pretty good. So,
It's all right.
Yeah.
So we're open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, with the exception of Thursdays. I close at 4 to do the show prep, the final show prep. And we do close a little earlier than it might seem we need to do that, but it's because with the giant selection, most folks, it's funny, the average time spent in a retail store is about 10 minutes. 15 is considered good. In my store, it's 45 minutes.
Wow.
Our longest shopping event was 5.5 hours. I thought I was going to die.
Oh, wow.
But, they love it. There's a lot to see and do there, and they get to try things on and play dress up. And I love helping people find gifts. I have some tricks up my sleeve for finding the perfect gift for people I've never met. Things that come with experience,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, we'll definitely. I don't know if you know Kelly Hopkins and Keith. Kelly, the concierge girl. She's one of our. She's our personal assistant in Key West. So we'll definitely be having her make sure that she gives your information to her clients when they are coming.
That's wonderful. I don't know that she and I have ever met in person, but I saw a video that she did in front of my store. I have these big stickers that say "We Make Women Happy," and she came and danced in her tutu in front of my store.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she's beautified.
Well,
I should reach out to her for sure.
We have a lot of people in the chat talking about their jewelry that they have from you and how much they absolutely love it.
Very cool.
And also
Awesome.
a comment on here about maybe private shopping events.
Yes. Occasionally, I will do that. Certainly, again, basically due to wanting to give the best service to folks. If you're going to have really more than 4, but certainly more than 6 people coming in at one time, please contact me. And I like to have folks invite them to create a wish list so I can go through and pull all those items and have them ready on trays. And it'll be basically like a pick box. The store will still be open to them, but it saves a lot of time and questions and chaos for me to just really be prepared. And if it's a birthday For example, I might have cupcakes for folks. I'm not afraid to open a bottle of wine. You may have heard. I don't know. The show is not a drinking show, but it's not a judging show either.
Sure.
There are those who say that every time I say the word baroque, then they want to have a sipsy of your favorite beverage. Right now, I'm drinking tea.
Yeah. There you go.
Can't drink all the time, I guess. But.
Well, you can't drink all day if you don't start early in the morning. That's a fact. But
I have heard that.
Well, so is there any other questions out there, B-Dog, in the chat?
No, just some comments Sandra Wilson says, I'm wearing 2 pieces of her jewelry right now.
Wow.
Oh, awesome.
That is so cool.
Fantastic.
Well, we just wanted to make sure that we call it the Tiki Man Radio family, and we have people listening around the world and on the radio and YouTube, and it's only natural that Michelle Myers kept talking about you, and I just knew at some point in time or another we were going to get together and make something happen, and we're just pleased to have you part of the showcase, and
Thank you.
hopefully you'll be able to come down that day. I don't know, with your shop and all that stuff. We'll work out something
about that. And Michelle had asked me if I was interested in doing something like a little booth, and I was like, I really don't know if I can because of the store and everything. But since it is basically the happy hour event, what are the hours of the happy hour event again, please?
It's 5 to 7
At
Dirty Harry's Rick's complex.
Yeah.
Okay, from 5 to 7. So
actually, it's 4 to
Michelle
6.
and I-
4 to 6.
Sorry, 4 to 6.
Okay, 4 to 6 on Friday. And what's the date of what's the date again?
That was going to be the 3rd, I believe.
Okay. Basically trying to reiterate, I know I can look it up, but I figure this way we can say it for the listeners. So 4 to 6, Friday the 3rd, happy hour at Rick's and Dirty Harry's Entertainment Club.
Yep.
And so Michelle had asked me if I might be able to do a booth or something like that, which I don't think I can because of staffing. But I was thinking, you see these seahorse earrings that I'm wearing?
Yes.
I have a few items like this that we have made for us that I think would be something that your guests might really enjoy. Like the Key West coordinates cuffs, things like that. So I thought we might just have some pre-wrapped and available, and maybe, carry some baskets of fun around. I wanted to show you, this is the
That's so
Key
cute.
West seahorse earring.
Oh, very nice.
They're a faux gauge. They're hand carved from bone, and they're crazy lightweight. They're awesome. I can't get them made fast enough. We've sold hundreds and hundreds of pairs.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. So anyway, I thought that might be kind of fun, something sort of a special just for the event.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you know how many people you're expecting to come to this event?
Oh my goodness, no.
Millions, I'm sure.
No.
Well, you can go on
Thousands.
YouTube and look at last year's. We also stream it live every year on YouTube and stuff. But there's anywhere from 500 to 800 people there a day. Sometimes depending on. This year is going to be a little bit of a different test for us because Meeting in the Mines, which is normally that week, moved their event down to Gulf Shores, which is, we hate that our event got so successful they had to leave town after 30 years. But
Sorry.
we got to push on through, So
It's not easy being the prettiest girl in school.
That's right. So we're looking forward to it, and we're bringing in some of the, those 2 weeks there sandwiched in between Fantasy Fest and the boat races. That 1 week right there is always worked really well for what we do. So a lot of people coming in. I know Rick's is part of the boat races. He's going to bring in some private events as well. So we'll see. Next year we're going to put a stage out on Duval Street. And on a Saturday, I believe it is, and have an all-day event on Duval Street. So that's looking forward to that as well. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'll look forward to learning about that.
Yeah. I think it'll blow you away when you do come down and see how many people are there. It's a big event. After this is our 7th year of doing it. We started out at the Tiki House, and we just outgrew it. And again, thanks to the pandemic, Rick's was able to, because he had an open air event back there, with the Dirty Harry stage. And we had, the first year we had like glass around us and all that stuff, but we've kind of moved on past that. But the Tiki House, because of the restrictions then in 2020, you can only have like 5 people in there at one time or something like that. But, wasn't even worth being open. So, and we didn't go anyway. So.
Right. It's sad to see so many places that suffered through that, then on the heels of that to suffer the employee crunch. And it's a
big problem.
Video's good. Video's real helpful.
We've talked about it a lot here on the show. It's a big problem for Key West. The people that I consider that run that island, the waitresses, the waiters, the chefs, the cooks, all the people that run that island have to be able to work there and have a place to live. So if the housing thing, and a lot of people grabbed up all that real estate and stuff, after the pandemic, that was a downside of what happened in Key West. But at some point in time or another, you got to have help. You got to have people, and they have to have a place to live. So, otherwise they'll just go up to Fort Lauderdale and work,
I personally, this may be somewhat of an unpopular opinion, but I personally vote that hoteliers who often bring in folks from all over the world to work here, and no offense to those folks who get it, I appreciate them, but I believe that the hoteliers should be housing some of their people because that's our biggest group of staff right there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Absolutely.
Nobody likes a good point, though.
Trust me, you and I could talk for hours about that. But anyway.
Great. No one should hear it. Let's not televise that.
Yeah. So tell everybody your website and where your store is and how they can reach out to you real quick.
Yes. I'm Barb Grobe. I am the owner, founder of Key West Local Luxe Jewelry Store at 515 Fleming Street. And I am the host of the Pretty Party live jewelry shopping show, which live streams on Facebook Thursday nights live at 6 Pickup Sticks. It is a very ridiculous show. It is not JTV. It's me being me, and I'm ridiculous. What else? Oh, our website. Yes, our website is Key West Local Luxe. That's with an E. KeyWestLocalLuxe.com. There are about 700 pieces online, ranging from wild to mild, diamonds, pearls, wild things, Buddhas, sea life, Larimar, all of it. And there's a first-time buyer deal. I believe you sign up for SMS alerts once a week whenever about the flash show to get $50 off your first order and free shipping over $95.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool.
A lot of info.
Well,
It's great.
it's a pleasure having you on the show, and we can't wait to hang out with you when we come down to Key West. So,
All right.
there we
Likewise.
go. All right, we're gonna let
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're gonna let you fly, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
I'm going to dunk this dog in the pool.
Take it easy, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Bye.